Golf's hard enough to hit one solid shot off a flat lie, let alone when you have to deal with uneven lies. So today we're going to talk about your common miss hit off uneven lies and how to combat that. Never miss the latest videos from the people who help you play better golf. Hit subscribe here. So one of the uneven lies you're going to be faced with out on the golf course is the ball below your feet. And the common miss here is a lot of players tend to thin the ball off to the right. And the way to combat that is you want to set up a little bit closer to the ball and get a little bit more knee flex. What I see too many amateurs do is they get too far away and too low to the ground, and what this causes is the toe of the club to be up, and it's going to force you to often hit the inside of the club. Plus, losing your balance towards your toes can often get you to rise up and thin the shot because you're losing your balance. So we want to focus on more flex in the knees and the weight more in the back half of your feet, as well as we want to set up with a little bit more weight forward when we hit this golf shot. That's going to help you better find the middle of the face. So we want to set up closer to the ball with more flex in the knees, get the handle a little bit higher, and aim a little bit more off to the left when you play this shot. So another uneven lie you're going to see out on the golf course is on a downslope. And what I see with so many amateur golfers here is they try to help the ball up into the air, and they do this by falling back into the slope, or they're trying to keep their balance and not fall down the hill. This leads to a low point that's behind the ball quite often, leading to fat chunk shots where we hit the ground, or we pull up and tend to thin or top the ball. So what we want to focus on here when dealing with these downslopes is you want to grab a club with a little bit more loft. So going down in clubs, 1 or 2, to help counteract the slope, and then 2, having really good balance. So I like to set up with my weight a little bit more on my front foot. And a good goal here is when you swing, think of chasing the ball down the slope and finish with those knees touching, trusting that that club with more loft is going to get the ball in the air, not you trying to help it. So another uneven lie that you usually deal with on the golf course is on an upslope. And often I see too many amateur golfers fall away from the shot down the slope. A lot of times it's daunting when you're looking up this hill because they can't see the green. It's actually just left of this pine tree up the hill. And what they try to do is fall back and help it up the slope, worried about hitting into the slope and losing balance. So what we want to focus on when dealing with an upslope here is I want you to set up to this shot and actually lean into the hill more and focus more on hitting the ball and hitting into the slope instead of trying to pick it and help it up into the air. So when we address the ball here, what you want to do is set up with a little bit more weight onto your lead foot and focus on hitting the ball and hitting into the slope when you hit this shot. The other thing you want to do because of this slope is it's adding loft to your club. So what you want to focus here is clubbing up 1 or 2 clubs. That'll help you swing easier instead of trying to swing so hard up the slope, and that'll help tremendously with your balance. So another uneven lie you're going to be faced with out on the golf course is the ball above your stance. And the problem I see with most amateur golfers here is they don't play the shot far enough out to the right, and they often chunk this shot. So what we want to do to combat this is we want to set up by first choking down a good inch on the club. 2, we want to understand why this shot's going left. A lot of times we don't realize, 1, the face is pointing more left, and then 2, we get a swing that's moving more in to out. So to combat this, we choke down an inch, and we got to aim much more to the right than we realized.